Remind me again why we chose the desert? It's like an oven here. Come on, man, embrace the great outdoors. Besides, it builds character. Yeah, more like crooked character. This thing's about as stable as a... Don't say it. Just hold that pole steady. And try not to... Before he could finish, the tent collapsed, engulfing Andy in a heap of canvas. Jerry wiping away tears with laughter. A cloud of dust announced the arrival of Stinky and Barney in a beat-up old Jeep. The vehicle looked like it had seen better days, but it was still chugging along, determined to make it to the campsite. Music blared from the open windows, momentarily drowning out even the desert wind. The tunes were loud and energetic, setting the tone for what was sure to be an unforgettable night. Did someone order a party? Because it looks like the fun has just arrived, Stinky yelled, emerging from the driver's seat with a swagger. He wore a wide grin, clearly excited to join the festivities. Barney stumbled out, tripping over a pile of camping gear. He laughed it off, brushing the dust from his clothes. Whoa, did the earth move? Or was that just me? Or did I just have a few too many sodas? Barney wondered aloud, scratching his head. You always have a few too many sodas, someone teased, handing Barney another can. That's the spirit. Let's get this party started. The group cheered, ready for a night of fun and laughter under the desert stars. As the sun set, casting long shadows across the campsite, the chili bubbled ominously. Barney asked, "Okay, who's ready for my famous campfire chili?" Jerry responded, "Famous?" Stinky added, "Is that what we're calling it now?" Barney dumped the entire contents into the pot. The smell wafting from the pot was unique. Andy thought, "I think I preferred it when it was just beans." Lost in the dunes, navigationally challenged, comically equipped. Our story begins with a group of friends who thought a desert adventure would be a fun and exciting way to spend their weekend. Little did they know their navigational skills were about to be put to the ultimate test. Which way was camp again? They swore it was just over that dune. Or was it the one before that? Stinky squinted at the endless expanse of sand dunes, trying to make sense of the repetitive landscape. Every direction looked the same, and the sun's relentless glare didn't help. They thought someone had the compass. How were they supposed to find their way back without it? Barney exclaimed, patting his pockets frantically. He was sure he had packed it, but now it seemed to have vanished into thin air. They tried to stay calm, thinking they might recognize a landmark or a familiar rock formation. They just needed to keep looking. Stinky pointed to a distant, oddly shaped rock formation. It looked vaguely familiar, but in the desert, looks could be deceiving. They thought it looked like the giant potato they passed earlier. It was huge and kind of lumpy. Hours later, having found neither the potato nor their campsite, the reality of their situation began to sink in. The sun was starting to set, and the temperature was dropping. They realized they could have been back at camp by now if they had just followed the setting sun. It's the most basic rule of navigation. Despite the situation, they tried to stay positive. Who needs a compass when you've got intuition and a sense of adventure, right? One of them patted his stomach, which promptly growled in response. The friends laughed, their spirits lifting slightly despite their predicament. They knew they had to find their way back soon, but for now, they had each other and a story to tell. Campfire confessions, reflections under the starry sky. There's something magical about the night sky, especially when you're out in the wilderness far from the city lights. Huddled around the crackling campfire, their laughter echoing through the desert night, the friends felt a sense of freedom and camaraderie that only such an environment could provide. The friends recounted the day's misadventures, each story more exaggerated and hilarious than the last. They spoke of the scorching sun, the unexpected detours, and the moments of sheer panic that now seemed so trivial. Remember when the tent fell on Andy? That was priceless. Jerry chuckled, nudging him with his elbow. The memory of the tent collapsing in a heap, with Andy trapped underneath, was now a source of endless amusement. Oh yeah, hilarious. Andy still had sand in his hair from that fiasco, Andy grumbled, but a smile played on his lips. Despite the mishaps, these were the moments that made the trip memorable. Even the chili, it turned out, wasn't as bad as everyone had initially feared. They had joked about it being inedible, but hunger had a way of making everything taste better. Or maybe they were just incredibly hungry. After a day of hiking and exploring, any meal would have been a feast. For a bunch of city slickers, they didn't do half bad in the wilderness. They managed to set up camp, cook their meals, and even navigate without getting too lost. Stinky claimed to be a natural, leading the way and keeping everyone on track. And as they shared stories and laughter under the vast desert sky, they realized that these moments of togetherness were what truly mattered. They knew that even though their camping trip hadn't gone exactly as planned, it was filled with unexpected joys and spontaneous adventures. It was a trip they wouldn't soon forget. The laughter, the stories, and the shared experiences had created a bond that would last a lifetime. The desert, with all its quirks and challenges, had brought them closer together. It had tested their limits and rewarded them with breathtaking views and unforgettable moments, and provided a treasure trove of hilarious memories. As the fire crackled and the stars shone brightly above, they knew this was a night they would cherish forever. Hey, do me a favor and hit the like and subscribe. Please leave a comment and don't forget to share our video. Check out the description on my channel for a link to get started on your next adventure.